Gordon was punished tonight. He had to spend the afternoon and evening with the Giants over at Giants Stadium. My pleasure to be filling in for him. Phil, this is a big night. Madison Square Garden is packed. The fans are really alive for the return of 3 former Rangers. But what about the feelings of those players coming back? The first time playing against their former teammates.
I'll tell you exactly what's going through their mind now. They're nervous. They're very, very excited and nervous. And they feel like, wow, you know, the hometown, I'm here. And once the game starts, Sam, once the game starts and they realize in their mind, and they will before the end of the game, they are no longer a New York Ranger, they are Detroit Red Wings. They'll get accustomed to the crowd. They'll boo them. The crowd will boo them. You bet on it. What?
Okay, we're just about set for the game. Let's go back to Bruce Beck.
Thank you, Sam. Last year, 3 meetings, the Rangers won 2 and tied 1 and outscored Detroit 16-6. Just about set to go. The Rangers and the Red Wings will be back at the Garden in just a moment.
Sometimes, nothing looks better than the high interest rate of a CD until you see a higher rate. But by then, your money's locked up. Now, Manufacturers Hanover introduces the account that sets your money free. It's our new Market Plus with Ready Rate. Not only does it offer very high interest, but if a better investment comes along, it actually lets you get the money to take advantage of it. Manufacturers Hanover. Our facts make your money worth more.
Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. I fly a lot of miles on TWA and I can earn free tickets. But now TWA also counts miles I fly on Eastern and Qantas. My miles add up faster, so I can earn free tickets sooner. Free tickets to almost anywhere on Earth. Imagine TWA doing that. What in the world will they think of next? You're gonna like us, my TWA.
Mitsubishi brings the turbo age down to earth. The new Starion Turbo. With an electronically fuel-injected engine specifically engineered for its turbo system. Experience precision handling and Mitsubishi turbo power that's out of this world. All at a down-to-earth price. The Mitsubishi Starion Turbo takes you where you've never been before.
It's reassuring to know your car will perform well. That's why stunt driver Michelle Slate relies on mobile detergent gasoline. After all, a car with a clean carburetor performs better. It's as simple as that. Mobile detergent gasoline for your everyday driving needs.
The officials for tonight, Bob Hall, Brian Bozak, and Gordy Brasico. Goaltenders, Eddie Mio is starting in goal for Detroit. Lifetime against Rangers, Mio is 0-3-1, and he had a 6.64, and of course that was with Edmonton. Yeah, Edmonton. And Steve Weeks is making his 10th start of the season. Lifetime against Detroit, he's 3-1-1 with a 2.6 goals against average. And Stevie did not have a good outing in his last one and looking to redeem himself a little bit.
Okay, we are set to go. There is 31-year-old Bob Hall from Penticton, British Columbia. 2 seasons in the National Hockey League. Steve Yzerman, the fine rookie, 18 years old, centering for Ron Duguay on the right. Eddie Johnstone playing left wing, and the Rangers have the puck. They open up with Pavlich, Hedberg, and Jan Eriksson. On left wing, this is Erickson having the puck go past him. Reid Larson, number 28, back forward for Detroit. Chased by Hedberg. John Barrett picks up the puck. Up the left side for Johnstone, out of the zone. Yzerman breaks down. Beck gets to it first.
You folks at home,
back to Beck.
watch that Yzerman, number 19. He's a top-notch rookie for Detroit Red Wings.
4th pick overall in the NHL draft, 1983. The Red Wings' number 1 pick, their leading goal scorer with 10. Ron Duguay leading the team in scoring overall. This is Eddie Johnstone, who has 6 goals this season. I saw him before the game. He said I should have 15.
That's Eddie. He's never changed. Yzerman also leads all rookies with those 10 goals.
Here's Beck on a good rush and a drive. Over the goal and off the glass, up the far side, played by John O'Grodnik. Fires it out to center. Duguay racing for it. Laidlaw beats him to it. Fires it off the boards. Loose puck in center, played by Ivan Boldarev. Hit by Laidlaw. Boldarev still has it. Ivan Boldarev, former teammate of Phil Esposito back in the early 70s with the Boston Bruins. Across the line comes Danny Gare, just back from a chest injury. Weeks plays it in the corner, so Grodnik tied up, and the Rangers come away with a puck. Blaisdell breaking down. Left wing, Don Maloney. Maloney checked by Brad Park. Offside is the call.
You know, the Rangers are 9-1-2 in their last 12 games. As you look at Nicky Polano, my first roommate in professional hockey.
I knew that guy from somewhere.
But anyway, the Rangers are 9-1-2 in their last 12 games, with Detroit here at Madison Square Garden, and they're 4-0-1 in the last 5 games with the Red Wings.
Mike Allison should be skating in about a week. Nick Fatiu is scratched. Mike Backman also scratched. In the lineup, Robbie Mcclanahan for tonight's game.
I was surprised Mcclanahan did not start at left wing with Hedberg and Pavlich. I think we'll see him there before the game's over.
Little switch on the lines again. Rogers with Don Maloney on the left and Blaisdell on the right. Brad Park sending it across. Cut out to center off the stick of Boldarev. John O'Grodnik sends it in. Dave Maloney back for it. Maloney checked by Gare. Gets it out for Don and back to Dave. Willie Huber had his first game back from the groin injury last night. Seemed to be skating okay. And he was a little rusty.
He was. He did not play that well.
Here's Don Maloney up to Mike Rogers. Drops it back for Huber. Left wing for Maloney. He's tied up, and once again we get a call for an offside. 2 minutes gone by in this first period. No score. And a look at Rangers head coach Herb Brooks.
He's got his tie already loose, which is unusual. You know, the Rangers gave up 21 goals in their first 9 games of the season, folks. But they've now given up 40 goals in their last 9 games since then. So that is very, very tough, and that's what's wrong with the Rangers right now.
Scratch for the Red Wings. Greg Smith, defenseman, the rookie Lane Lambert, second-round draft pick, and Jody Gage, who was recently called up when they had the rash of injuries to Gare and to Colin Campbell. Campbell is back on. That break pass for LaRouche was taken away. LaRouche gets it back, then he's tied up the line by Ledouceur, and this is Ron Duguay. The crowd reacts quickly to Duguay's return.
Well,
last year, you know, sometimes it sounded like dude.
Barrett, John Barrett's going to get a penalty for Detroit. He interfered.
Delayed penalty. Weeks goes off. Breaking down his Ruotsalainen. The backhander is kicked out by Mio. The Red Wings touch the puck, and the penalty will be called. 17:26 to go. First period, no score, but the Rangers will have a man advantage when we come back.
Keep up to date on all the high school action in the metropolitan area each week on the Daily News High School Sports Show. Hi, I'm Bruce Beck. Join Bill Travers and me on Madison Square Garden Cablevision every Monday night at 7 p.m. with repeat telecast Wednesday and Friday evenings, also at 7 p.m. Highlights, rankings, features, and much more on the Daily News High School Sports Show.
John Barrett gets 2 minutes for elbowing at 2 minutes 34 seconds. Rangers go on the power play.
And on the power play, as we've been mentioning, it's been getting better. They had a power play goal last night as well. And that's a power play goal in each of the last 8 games, is it?
That's right. There's 6 in the league.
It's Hedberg in the corner. Up to Greshner at the right point. Back to Hedberg in the corner. Greshner. Hedberg, play a little give and take. Greshner still has it and shoots. Blocked in front, but it comes to Hedberg. Osborne standing right in front of the crease. Greshner holds the puck, gives it to Ruotsalainen. Try to go cross ice. It's deflected off Woods, and it's cleared by Reid Larson.
Actually, it's 9 games, Sam. They've had a power play goal 9. There's 6 in the league at 27.9. You can see that.
Penalty killing. Detroit
19th. Wow.
having trouble. Ruotsalainen flying down the ice, pulls up along the boards. Osborne has the puck. Osborne to Hedberg. Hedberg holds and sets it up. Gives it to Pavlich right through his skates. Mio puts it in the corner. Hedberg is there. Now to Pavlich. Pavlich around to Osborne. Osborne gets it back for Pavlich. Pavlich throws it cross ice, loose in front, and Bob Mano able to knock it into the corner and clear it down the ice.
The Rangers use Foster and Mano to kill a lot of the penalties. And Andre St. Laurent now, and Paul Woods is they're their other penalty killers.
Ruotsalainen to LaRouche. Stripped to the puck nicely by St. Laurent. Andre St. Laurent came over from Pittsburgh after playing a couple of seasons with the Penguins. Played with Los Angeles.
All over.
Played with Detroit, the Islanders. Rogers has it broken up by Park, and it's cleared out with 30 seconds to go on the penalty to John Barrett. And Rangers have not had a shot on goal on this power play. Here's Huber carrying. Left wing for Don Maloney. It's past him. Huber goes deep. Mio winds it around, gets it past Rogers. It's kept in by Dave Maloney. Gives it to Rogers. Rogers turns. Rogers puts it in deep. Shot. LaRouche scores. Pierre LaRouche. It's a power play goal, and the Rangers streak continues. They now lead 1-0. They've scored at least one power play goal in each of their last 10 games.
Pierre LaRouche standing to the right of Eddie Mio, where he likes to stand. The pass was right to him. Watch, actually number 29, Ladouceur, should have had him. You see him backing up. Park is up front. Ladouceur should have been up there. Park should have been back there. That's bull-driven. Ladouceur's on the right. And he just turned and fired it right between Eddie Mio's legs into the net. Pierre LaRouche scoring his 15th goal of the year.
What a season. The Rangers leading scorer. 1-0 Rangers lead at 4.5 minutes gone by first period. Brad Park. Up the middle, it's Ivan Boldarev, number 12. Boldarev going in against Laidlaw, breaks it wide and tries to get by Laidlaw. Drops for Park with a quick shot and a nice save by Weeks. The rebound loose. Weeks winds it around and gives it away. Ogrodnik with a quick shot. Weeks with a save and he holds on. 15 minutes, 10 seconds to go, first period. Rangers lead at 1-0 on the goal by Pierre LaRouche.
This bud's for everyone who takes the power and sends it down the line.
This bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this bud's for you.
Pierre LaRouche scored a goal, his 5th power play goal. Watch this. Watch Willie Huber running Eddie Mio. And Eddie Mio, he turns to whack him and he sees his own player, so he stops. Now Rogers, he comes back. He goes back to Dave Maloney. Watch LaRouche to left of your screen. Donnie Maloney goes through, clears out. Rogers a little past Pierre LaRouche. And actually Eddie Mio leaned. He was leaning, and when Eddie Mio leans, he's in trouble.
Back to the live action. Foster is hit by Beck. Vittori comes away with the puck. Robbie Mcclanahan on for his first shift of the game. Mcclanahan returning from a stay in Tulsa, where he played very well for the Tulsa Oilers. Mcclanahan breaks out. Did not have a good preseason, but he's back now. Scored 22 goals last year.
Had 11 points in 10 games for Tulsa.
Playing very well down there. Beck up ahead for Kent Eric Anderson, playing the right wing. Fatorik centering this line. Rangers leading at 1-0, 14:35 to go, first period. Park comes in with a drive, a stick save by Weeks. The rebounds up into the red seats.
You know, Steve Weeks looks sharp there. There's Robbie Mcclanahan. Boy, he's glad to be back up here. Last night I was talking to him on the plane coming back from Washington. He's very, very happy.
Well, admittedly, he had a great season last year. Played well with Pavlich and Hedberg. Did not look good in training camp. And, hey, Rangers had a lot of players looking good in training camp.
Well, that's what you call about depth, you know, and we've talked about that about the Rangers.
Duguay on the draw. It's loose in the circle. Duguay gets it back for Reid Larson. Larson backhand to the head. It's off the stick of Johnstone. Puck loose at the line. Down goes Yzerman. He's tied up with Dave Maloney. Larson comes back with a puck. Larson drops it off. Johnstone trying to get by Pavlich. Rangers have the puck. Huber sends out Jan Eriksson. Eriksson against Barrett. Erickson ridden down by John Barrett. And Johnstone placed around near side for Duguay. Duguay tries to clear the zone and does. Pavlich is back for it. Pavlich with 2 assists in last night's game. Pavlich carries. Nice pass to Hedberg. In against Barrett. Quick shot is gloved by Mio, and he holds on. Whistle blows. 13:50 to go. First period. 1-0. Rangers leading it.
Look at Eddie Johnstone. You know, he was a Rangers 6th choice in 1974, but he went to the World Hockey instead, and then was re-picked by the Rangers back about, well, I think it was 76. And I played with this guy since 76 then, and I tell you, he gives it 150%. He lost 9 teeth in a junior game one time, never missed a shift.
Well, as Nick Milano said, he's a tireless worker, and he's off to a good start this year. Has 6 goals thus far this season, 10 points. Play in the corner. Don Maloney battling with Reid Larson. Gets a little help in there. Puck is still loose. Maloney trying to poke it free. In comes Colin Campbell. Worked free by Blaisdell. Back to the point, Ruotsalainen. He winds and fires. It's blocked. And Larson gets it up the boards. Kept in by Ruotsalainen. Shoots again. Saved by Mio. He's got it underneath the pad.
Eddie Mio's doing something that last year when I saw him do it, we used to talk about it after, and that's he's leaning. He's anticipating something else, and it's not happening. You watch this replay now. Watch the shot from Ruotsalainen, and it's just a real quick little slap shot. He brings it back 3/4, and it was a good stop.
Back to the live action. Puck is worked free by Rogers, taken away by the Red Wings, cleared to center. Beck is there for it, chased by Paul Woods. Red Wings last made the playoffs in 1977. Paul Woods, Reid Larson, and Andre Saint-Laurent were on that team. Saint-Laurent was a 30-goal scorer on that team. Here's Woods. Left wing, Ted Nolan fires. Stick save by Weeks. Rebound along the near boards. Beck goes in to help out. 4 players along the boards trying to work it free. It's frozen for a face-off.
You know, Weeks has had 4 shots on him, and all 4 have been, 3 of them have been from the blue line, and one Ogrodnik's shot right from the outside. And Steve Weeks has not had any shots. The Rangers are playing so much better right now defensively. Of course, there's only 7%.
But last night they did have trouble. Glenn Hanlon was screened several times on some tough shots.
But I tell you, Washington forechecked as well as I've ever seen any team forecheck against the Rangers.
Played a great game. Ladouceur, Randy Ladouceur throws it in front. Weeks lost it and hit the post. Danny Gare hit the post on the backhander. Rangers come out 3-on-2. Greshner in the middle. Park takes it away.
Well, that was a mistake by Steve Weeks right there, and they got away with it.
Lost control, and Gare almost had one. Danny Gare, the captain of the Detroit Red Wings. Laidlaw setting up, being checked by Bolderev. Can't clear it. Gare keeps it in. Gare shoots, saved by Weeks, and Laidlaw takes the rebound away. 12:20 to go, first period. Rangers leading at 1-0. Power play goal by Pierre LaRouche. Osborne going in deep. Mio knocked it away from him. Park gets it ahead. And this is the veteran Ivan Bolderev. Red Wings come out. Danny Gare. Right wing feed to Ogrodnik. Quick shot goes wide. Bolderev sends it around for Ogrodnik. Laidlaw intercepts. Ogrodnik checks him. Laidlaw looking to freeze it. It's poked away. Loose side of the net. Ogrodnik still digging for it. Laidlaw ties up Bolderev. It's out to the point. Ladouceur's shot is wide. Rebound near side. Park comes in. Park taken into the boards. Gare comes away with the puck. Good checking by this line for the Red Wings. Bolderev. Bolderev comes out. Holding. He's got some room. Feet on the left side. Ladouceur. The shot is saved by Weeks. Rebound taken behind the net. Ladouceur the wraparound. Where is it? It's on the goal line, and there's the pileup. Ladouceur thought it was in. He raised the stick. The red light did not go on, however, and the pileup stopped the puck right at the goalpost.
That's right. I think Tommy Laidlaw stopped that puck before it had gone in.
11:31 to go, first period. Rangers lead at 1-0. You're watching Rangers hockey on Madison Square Garden Cablevision.
Cerrucci, hug me, Cerrucci, love me, Cerrucci, you got me, Cerrucci, Cerrucci. Designer styles that fit so good, makes you look the way you should, Cerrucci. Hug me, Cerrucci, love me, Cerrucci, you got me, Cerrucci, Cerrucci.
Time remaining, 1-0. The goal, a power play goal by Pierre LaRouche, his 15th goal of the year and his 5th power play goal. The assists were Dave Maloney and Mike Rogers.
Wings keeping it in. Rangers having problems getting out here. Here's Hedberg with the puck. And now the Rangers should be able to get out. And do. As Jan Eriksson throws it across, taken back by John Barrett. Right back in the Rangers zone. Dave Maloney back for it. Up the boards. It's kept in deep again by the Red Wings. Battle in the corner. Pavlich digging with Bob Mano. Shot from the angle by Foster is saved by Weeks. Eriksson hit at the line and hit hard by Larson. This is Hedberg coming in. And the whistle stop play.
Rangers, I think Mark Pavlich is going to get a holding penalty.
Penalty called. Bob Paul making the call. Pavlich is going off for holding.
I think it is Pavlich. It was right at the blue line. I thought I saw Mark. I thought it was more like interference. He skated in front of somebody and pulled him while, what's his name, Hedberg went around him on the outside. It's 2 minutes for holding.
16 of New York.
Okay, now here comes Eriksson. He hits with Larson. That was a good check. Reid Larson's got... See, Pavlich, he was holding on to Foster's stick there. That's what it was.
There's the call. Power play opportunity. There's Pavlich in the penalty box. 10:59 to go in this first period. Rangers leading it 1-0.
Detroit's power play. They're 14th in the league with a 21.9%. The Rangers penalty killing are second, 87.6%, and second in the league, and that means a lot.
Duguay's got 3 power play goals. Of his 6 goals this season, Duguay, Ogrodnik, and Yzerman lead the team with 3 apiece. Kent-Eric Anderson doing a good job getting the puck into the Detroit zone. Then he's dumped, and Park has the puck. Brad Park, 16th season in the National Hockey League. 7 with the Rangers, 8 with the Bruins. Red Wings come up. Steve Yzerman, 18 years old. Checked by Kent-Eric Anderson. Dave Maloney goes in. Duguay goes in. And the whistle blows. Stopping play. 1:35 to go on the penalty to Mark Pavlich.
You talk about that Yzerman. Eddie Johnstone said to us before the game that this kid, he says, you know, Phil, every time you tell him something and he does it. He says, no matter what, he said, a good kid, a good player. He was the first choice for the Detroit Red Wings in '83. And look at his point total.
Good numbers. Duguay on the face-off with Rogers. Rogers wins it, goes back in front to Laidlaw. Up the boards for Rogers, clears all the way down. Don Maloney chases, Reid Larson back for it. And you see the Red Wings 14th in the NHL power play. Rangers take it away. Rogers sending it across. Went all the way through. This is Ogrodnik carrying. On the rush. Fires it in. Past Weeks, near side. Maloney is there. Yzerman chasing him. Yzerman looking to take it away. Beck comes in to help out. Duguay working there for Detroit. Beck lost the stick, but helps tie it up for a face-off. 10:02 to go in this first period. Rangers a 1-0 lead, and 1:03 to go on the penalty to Mark Pavlich.
Don Maloney is 1 point away from 300 points in the NHL. And look at him, he's constantly shaking his head, saying that something wrong. And that was the pass that Rogers passed out in front.
Right.
And Donnie missed it. And that's what he's talking about right there.
Duguay and Rogers on the face-off again. Rogers wins it one more time. Beck sends it around. Don Maloney is there. Yzerman ties him up. Down goes Yzerman. Puck is still loose. Maloney kicking it along. Sends it back around for Beck. Beck trying to drive it out, and does. Stopped by Park in center. Park checked by Rogers. Gives it to Duguay. 40 seconds to go in the power play for the Red Wings. Right wing Yzerman holds it up, looks to set up. Beck on him, drops it back for Ogrodnik. Cross ice, kept in by Larson. Larson tries to get away from Mcclanahan, who does a good job and is pulled down. Penalty called. Reid Larson will go for tripping Robbie Mcclanahan. Good job by Mcclanahan. 9:27 to go. First period. Rangers 1, Red Wings 0.
New York Lotto, the game that already has 112 millionaires, now gives you 2 drawings a week. With 1 drawing every Saturday and another every Wednesday, you'll have twice as many opportunities to hit those huge Lotto jackpots. Play before 8 p.m. Saturday to be in for the Saturday drawing, and before 8 p.m. on Wednesday to be in for the Wednesday draw. With new 6 of 44 Lotto, prizes will be bigger on all levels. New York Lotto, the big one. You've got to be in it to win it.
Watch Reid Larson get the tripping penalty. Mcclanahan does an excellent job, Sam. You're absolutely right. Now he's tripped by Larson, and down he goes. 10:33, and when Pavlich comes out, the Rangers will have 1 minute and 31 seconds on a power play. They scored their first one.
Skating 4 aside. Park has the puck for Detroit. And the Red Wings come up. Ladouceur sends it ahead off the boards. Ruotsalainen back for it. Gare chasing him along with Boldarev. Nice pass from Ruotsalainen. Rangers come up. Ruotsalainen carries along with Sundstrom.
See that? What Detroit did, peeled off. They can't do that against the Rangers. The Rangers will kill them.
Here's Greshner going in. Gets around one man, pulls up. Sends it around the boards. Pavlich is back on. Rangers have a man advantage. LaRouche in deep. Now it's Sundstrom taking a hit. Goes down. Melrose all over him. Puck is loose along the side of the net. Mio whacking at it. Bob Hall blows the whistle. Stops play.
What I meant by that, Sam, is both, it was Boldarev and Gare, they both peeled and picked up their wings. And if you give the Rangers skating room and you give them room to move, you're not going to stop this team. You've got to stay on top of the Rangers, forecheck them, just like Washington did last night. And when the Rangers lost their 5 games so far this year, it's been a forechecking type of game against them.
1:21 to go on the penalty to Reid Larson. 8:48 to go in the first period. Rangers a 1-0 lead. LaRouche and Saint Laurent on the draw. Here's a shot by Rogers. Save is made. It was blocked in front. And it comes to the near side. Rogers bats it in deep. Park whacking at Don Maloney. Maloney works it free. Maloney holds the puck, gives it to LaRouche. Back for Maloney in the corner. Maloney double teamed. Tries to get it up to the point, but it's cleared out by Brad Park and all the way down. Ruotsalainen back for it. Saint Laurent chasing him, and Weeks throws it across. Greshner with Paul Woods on him. LaRouche, nice speed for Don Maloney going in against Park. Pulls up. Woods comes in to try and take it away.
Donnie Maloney's going to get a hooking penalty. It was kind of a cheap call right there, but Bob Hall was standing right there, and Donnie's hooked. Look at him.
You can always tell how Don Maloney feels.
He's very mad at himself right now. Because he thinks he doesn't deserve it, or he knows he deserves it, but he's sorry he got it. Now watch him hook Paul Woods. See? And he had no business doing it, and he knows it. And now he goes off. Let's see, there's 47 seconds left in Reid Larson's penalty.
So Detroit eventually winds up with a 1:13 power play. Pavlich gives it back to Dave Maloney. 1-0 Rangers leading it, coming down to 8 minutes to go, first period. Both these teams lost last night, giving up a lot of goals. Rangers lost 7-4. Red Wings lost 7-3. Mcclanahan in against Ladouceur. The backhander scores! Robbie Mcclanahan celebrates his first game back with the Rangers with a 4-on-4 goal. It's 2-0 Rangers.
Eddie Mio just simply blew this, and boy, does he know it. It was an easy backhand shot. Okay, watch Mcclanahan with Ladouceur on him. Now he just shoots it at the net. When in doubt, shoot at the net. And watch Eddie Mio try to poke it and miss it. Absolutely miss it. There's no way in the world, first off, he should have his stick off the ice. That's number one. Secondly, when he was going to poke check, why? There was nobody on him.
I know we've played over 12 minutes in the game, but before the game, we both saw Eddie Mio, and he was pacing up and down the hallways. He was very nervous. I don't know if he's gotten over the nerves yet.
I don't think so.
Coming back. 2-0 Rangers. Skating 4 aside. Dave Maloney back for it. Kelly Kissio, the rookie, is on him. Kissio takes out Maloney. Rangers play the puck, though. Huber has it. Takes a hit from Danny Gare. Gets it up ahead for Jan Eriksson. And the Rangers will be down a man in 5 seconds. When Larson returns, Dave Maloney going in, tied up by Kissio. Eriksson trailing. Rather, that was Sundstrom going in. And the puck taken away by the Red Wings, who now have the extra man on ice. Rangers leading it 2-0. Danny Gare carries. Gare, the Red Wings captain, holds. Checked from behind by Eriksson, throws it out to center. 55 seconds to go on the penalty to Don Maloney. Park drops it back for Reid Larson. Kissio to Park. Red Wings looking a little disorganized on the power play. Park going in, tied up by Beck. Laidlaw clears, but into the bench.
That goal, Mcclanahan, his first from Huber and Dave Maloney at 12:05. And you look at Brad Park. You know, long ago Brad Park was drafted. He was second draft, the first choice. He was second overall in 1966. And he does share an NHL record with Bobby Orr for most goals by defenseman in one playoff year. He had 9 in 15 games in 1976.
And he and Orr, the only defenseman to have over 600 assists. Back to Park at the point. Shot by Larson, saved by Weeks, and he covers with Duguay right there. And 35 seconds to go on the penalty to Don Maloney. Reid Larson, man from Minnesota, one of the top offensive defensemen in the National Hockey League.
He played for Herb Brooks University in Minnesota and was an all-star there in college. He was a second choice for the Wings in 1976. Imagine 1976, okay? That's not very long ago, and he's only one of three other guys that's still on the same team. You think things are changing?
They've made some changes. Red Wings really went downhill for several years. They're starting to get it back. You can see some improvements. Nick Polano's had a lot to do with it. Larson drive. Weeks got a piece of it. Battle along the boards. Yzerman digging for it. Rangers down a man. It's worked free. Laidlaw has it. Beck clears. 20 seconds to go in the penalty to Don Maloney. Rangers a 2-0 lead. 6.5 minutes to go first period. Duguay drop for Park. 35-year-old Brad Park, right wing to Yzerman. Yzerman goes in against Beck. Tries to center. It's blocked by Beck. Duguay comes in. Beck with a check on him. Back to Park at the point. Drive. Save. Weeks. Rebound. O'Grodnik trying to get a shot. Laidlaw's all over him. Centered in front. Anderson kicks it away nicely. And the teams are back at full strength. Park at the right point. Check by Rogers, gets it ahead for Yzerman. Now to Duguay. Around for O'Grodnik. Laidlaw chasing him. O'Grodnik lost it between the skates. Park picks it up. Back to Larson. In deep for Yzerman. Yzerman lost it. Anderson trying to get it out of the zone, and Don Maloney does. Ahead off the stick of Rogers, who's taken down, wrapped up by Reid Larson. And back come the Red Wings. Ivan Boldarev. Johnstone sends it in, offside the call, 5:33 to go. First period, Rangers 2, Red Wings nothing from Madison Square Garden. This is New York Rangers hockey.
For years now, we've been kidding Jim here about his eyesight. The fact is that Jim has the eyes of an eagle. Thanks, Boo. Why, he's one of the first guys to spot light beer from Miller. Saw right away that light tastes great and it's less filling.
Sure, all you have to do is read the label. It says light has 1/3 less calories than a regular beer.
I think you want this, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
As I was saying, it's the same as the nose on your face.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Off the face-off, the puck sent all the way down. Red Wings play it. Out, kept in by Pavlich. Try to get it in for Hedberg. It's cleared out by John Barrett. Willie Huber fires from the red line. In the corner. Is that a message for somebody?
He almost took Ladisser's head off.
Barrett chased by Pavlich. Barrett able to clear to center. Boldarev lost it off the stick, and now Bob Hall caught something going between Willie Huber and Eddie Johnstone.
I was watching it, Sam, while you were following the puck. Huber came in and took Eddie Johnstone and nailed him on the boards because he thought the puck was going to come around the boards. And Eddie Johnstone, and we know, he just gave it back to Willie Huber. And Eddie Johnstone, what the heck does he stand?
Johnstone
5'9"
and 170. Huber 6'5", 220.
But Eddie Johnstone, he just gave it back, and Huber and Johnstone are going to go off probably for roughing. 2 minutes each for roughing, I would say, or one of them will get, looks like the Rangers, Huber will get 4 minutes.
All right.
He probably gets 2 minutes for interference and 2 minutes for roughing.
Red Wings eventually will wind up with the man advantage.
Number 17 of the Red Wings, Eddie Johnstone, receives 2 minutes for high sticking. Number 27 of the Rangers, Willie Huber, receives 2 minutes for interference and 2 minutes for high sticking.
Okay.
4 minutes.
4 minutes to Huber. Yzerman comes down. Team skating 4 aside right here. In 2 minutes, the Red Wings will have the man advantage. That shot deflected. Shot by Park again is wide of the net as Weeks came way out to cut down the angle. Yzerman keeps it in. Puts it in deep. Checked along the boards by Osborne. They like that. Osborne hitting the rookie Yzerman.
The Rangers are hitting a heck of a lot more tonight than they did last night also.
The Roosh. Stick handles his way in. Tries to feed Osborne. Broken up by Larson. Larson comes back. Reid Larson, left wing to John O'Grodnick, who fires off the stick. Ruotsalainen into the crowd. Stopping play with 4:14 to go. First period, Rangers leading it 2-0. Huber and Johnstone are off. Osborne and Larson. Ah, we caught that. Right in the act.
Ex-teammates. There you go about ex-teammates. And Barry Beck comes over.
Now Beck intercedes with Larson again. And things starting to get out of hand now. Bob Hall trying to keep control.
I'll tell you exactly what happened, Sam, because I've been down there in this situation many a time. Larson, who's a veteran on the team, went over to Osborne and says, hey, why'd you have to take a run at the rookie like that? Osborne told him politely to get lost. And then Larson took a little swipe at him. So Beck, who's the captain of the Rangers, he comes off the ice and he says to Larson, hey, listen, you keep fooling around and I'm going to take care of you. And that's how it all started. And I'm cleaning up a little bit.
No.
Just a little bit.
I see. They closed the mics down at ice level, so we couldn't hear the discussion.
And they should.
Greshner, right wing feed for Sundstrom. Beats Barrett. In front, save is made by Mio. Sundstrom with a burst of speed. Beck shot is blocked in front by Ledusur. He's chased by Eriksson. Throws it up the middle, and out come the Red Wings.
That was Mio's best save, and maybe that gives him a little confidence now.
Gare tied up by Beck. Throws it in the corner. And in comes Greshner to work it out. Bolderev chases Beck, and Beck gives it away. Ledusur checked by Eriksson, and this is Ron Greshner carrying. Out for Sundstrom in center. Sundstrom is having a fine rookie season with 8 goals. Beck's drive is caught by Mio, and Mio puts it in the corner. Along the boards, Sundstrom tried to keep it in, couldn't do it. Pavlich is back for it, and gets away from Bolderev's check. Pavlich carries. Pavlich goes in. Pavlich, with Barrett checking him, goes back. Nice feed for Dave Maloney. Over to Hedberg. He fires. Saved by Mio. Mio looking a lot sharper now. Back to the point. Dave Maloney in deep for Pavlich. Pavlich goes back to Ruotsalainen for the shot from the point. It's blocked in front. Hedberg looking for the rebound. Gets it to Pavlich. Pavlich holds in ahead. Red Wings have the man advantage now. Out to Ruotsalainen, goes cross ice, no one at the point. Rangers were on a change.
What a dumb penalty by, I believe, number 3, John Barrett.
A penalty call that will even things up with 2:43 to go, first period, and the Rangers leading the Red Wings 2-0.
Now playing on ColecoVision, Mr. Do and Time Pilot, 2 of the best new arcade games for the best system made. This is Time Pilot, a battle with aircraft from the past and the future. Homing missile! Got him! Uh-oh, blue bomber! And this is Mr. Do. Mow a path to his fruit and start picking, but don't get picked off. Powerball! Nice shot. Mr. Do and Time Pilot, now playing on ColecoVision. The best system in town keeps getting better.
John Barrett gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. Watch the left of your frame right now. There it is, middle, right in the middle. Watch Barrett cross-checking. Hedberg. That is a dumb penalty.
So that power play lasts all of 13 seconds for the Red Wings. Huber is still off. He went off for 4 minutes and has 1:47 to go on his penalty. And eventually the Rangers will have a 13-second man advantage. Beck with a puck as the team skate 4 aside. Rangers with a 2-goal lead. Don Maloney controls. Duguay on him. Pulls him down and got away with one there. Here's Beck. Excuse me, Brad Park. Chased by Rogers. O'Grodnick couldn't get it out. Rogers sends it in deep. Colin Campbell and Don Maloney together behind the net. Maloney still digging. Campbell has him wrapped up. O'Grodnick works it free. Rogers' shot is deflected in front and into the crowd. Might have been saved by Mio. Might have deflected off Campbell and Maloney, who are battling right in front of the crease.
I think Campbell, Sam, because the faceoff is deep in the zone. But what is really nice is the Rangers are really pinching. And they're doing things right. Now the defense is Greshner's caught in there. Watch who's back there. Mike Rogers covering up. And he deflects off Colin Campbell's right skate up into the crowd. But that's what the Rangers are doing right now that we didn't see them do last night, for sure. And that's why they went ahead and won 9 games right off the bat. execution. I know I've used that word before, folks, but that's
and 60 minutes of hard work, going all out for the full 60 minutes. Ruotsalainen at the point. He drives it, glove saved by Mio.
That was a good stop.
And he went down too quickly, though. Went down to his knees.
That was
had to reach up and make the save. Good glove save.
Ruotsalainen can really blast him. But I'll tell you one thing, the Rangers are controlling every face-off. Now watch the shot and listen to the crowd, folks.
And the crowd now cheering for Eddie Mio. Here's the glove save. No, a good save from Mio. Absolutely. Again from the point. In deep, LaRouche tried to center. Taken away by Reid Larson.
Every face-off they're winning, the Rangers.
Larson coming in against Ruotsalainen. Poke checks it away. LaRouche gives it back to Rayo. And here's Beck. Johnstone forechecking him. Rangers come out. Ruotsalainen breaking down. Mio gets to the puck. LaRouche in the corner is bumped by Larson. And away comes Steve Yzerman. With Johnstone on the right, tries to beat Beck, can't do it. Rangers come back. Osborne and LaRouche. Osborne holds in deep. LaRouche in the corner. Looks back to see who's helping at the point. Poke checked away. Johnstone has it. 1:20 to go. First period. Rangers a 2-0 lead. Eddie Johnstone carries. Johnstone lost control. Greshner kicks it to Dave Maloney. Rangers have the puck. Osborne. And the Rangers will have a man advantage momentarily. Greshner tried to split the defense. It was broken up. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Larson going in, has the puck taken away by Dave Maloney. Rangers have a man advantage. Mcclanahan carries. Mcclanahan going in against Saint Laurent. Drops it off for Pavlich. Pavlich cross ice. It's in the corner. Johnstone is there. Teams are back at full strength with 40 minutes to go in the period. Colin Campbell just back from missing 6 games with a shoulder separation. Gets it up to Pavlich. Lost it. Shot by Ted Nolan. Saved by Weeks. It deflected and just went wide of the net. And it gets put in.
Oh, boy.
Paul Woods, Andre Saint Laurent.
Right. First off, it was a bad pass. It was a bad pass by the Rangers. I think it was Mark Pavlich. So then number 8, Nolan, shoots the puck. The goal is scored by Paul Woods from behind the net. Okay, here's Nolan taking a shot now. I want you to watch Paul Woods, number 15. It goes in off of Steve Weeks' leg or stick. You see that?
I think it deflected off Pavlich as well.
It hit Pavlich, hit Steve Weeks' stick and left leg and goes in the net.
So a big goal for the Red Wings here with 25 seconds to go in the period. Paul Woods gets it, and it's 2-1 Rangers. HOFer.
That's a second kind of goal we've seen on Weeks in 2 games from behind the net.
Here's Saint Laurent going in, lost controls, then Weeks sticks it aside. Woods after it, falls down, the Rangers come away with a puck. Rogers has it poke checked away. HOFer goes back behind the net. 5 seconds to go, and the Rangers will just kill off the time. That does it for the first period, which started very well for the Rangers, building up the 2-0 lead, getting a power play goal from Pierre LaRouche, and then getting the second goal from Robbie Mcclanahan on a 4-on-4 situation. But then the weird goal by Paul Woods from behind the goal, assisted by Ted Nolan at 19:35. And at the end of the first period, it's the Rangers 2 and the Red Wings 1. We'll be back with Bruce Beck and John Davidson in just a moment. Set to go. Teams at full strength as we start period number 2. I know why Phil liked that goal by Woods. Woods played in Sault Ste. Marie.
Of course. I didn't. It was kind of a weird goal.
Wow.
It's happened
While
before.
he was on the ice, he put it in front. Weeks having trouble with the puck behind the net. Drops it off for Ruotsalainen. Now to Beck. Red Wings have come in having lost 4 in a row. Rangers offside on the play, kicked in by Eriksson while Blaisdell was, Pavlich was still in the zone. And a couple of those losses for the Red Wings, tough ones. To Washington 3-2, to Vancouver 3-2, to Minnesota 5-3. And then last night got blasted after they took a quick 2-0 lead over Edmonton. Gretzky got warmed up in front of 20,000 fans in Detroit. What a crowd that was.
That was a wild crowd apparently there in Detroit. Gretzky had, what, 3 goals, 2 assists.
Not bad.
Not bad.
He had a close-up look of Reid Larson, who's in his 7th year in the National Hockey League, all with the Red Wings. Good check by Barrett on Blaisdell. Beck is back for the puck. And out to center ice. Washington Capitals will be here Wednesday night. Rangers have a chance for revenge. against the Caps after the Caps just totally outplayed them last night. Larson gets it out to center. Cross ice, Johnstone offside off the pass from Yzerman. Take a look at the scoreboard in the National Hockey League. Busy night tonight. As Eddie Johnstone skates toward the bench. Boston leading Washington 3-1. Bruins playing very well. Won 6 out of the last 7. And without Pete Peters, Doug Keene's playing very well in goal.
He's playing very well. Couldn't make Los Angeles Kings, and here he is starring in Boston. It depends on the team.
Absolutely. Calgary's at Buffalo, and Buffalo blasting the Flames. 5-1 in the second. Flames have had a tough road trip.
Rode that West Coast.
They were lucky they pulled out that win yesterday in New Jersey. Tough game. They had to come behind. Nice pass to Osborne going in with a shot. He scores! Mark Osborne gets one against his former teammates. What a beautiful pass from LaRouche. But Osborne scores, and it's 3-1 Rangers.
Here LaRouche makes a beautiful cross-ice pass. Osborne picked it up a little short. And what I mean by that, it wasn't right on his stick. But then he beat Eddie Mio, who was back in the net. Here's the pass by LaRouche. Now Osborne picks up. See what I mean by a little short? He had to go back a little bit. Now look at Eddie Mio. See how much angle he's giving? Look at his left leg in relation to the top of that square. He should have been right in the middle of that.
Rangers lead it 3-1. Mark Osborne picking up his 7th. Hedberg breaks down the right wing. Ladouceur is back. Hedberg cross ice, just missed Eriksson. Eriksson plays it off the board as he's tied up. This is Hedberg with a puck. Drops it off for Laidlaw. Laidlaw checked by Gare, gives it to Eriksson. Now to Pavlich. Hedberg's in front. Pavlich tried to get it to him. It was blocked by Ladouceur. It's in front again. Eriksson just couldn't get there. Gare clears it behind the net. Gare's tied up by Eriksson. In comes Pavlich. He's tied up by Park and Ladouceur. And Red Wings having trouble working free. Pavlich does. Pavlich takes it away. Gives it to Eriksson. Back for Pavlich. Out to the point to Greshner. He shoots. And Mio might have gotten a piece. And it's deflected into the crowd off a Ranger stick, was it?
Must have been
coming outside the blue line.
Must have been Anders Hedberg. And a shot by Ronnie Greshner. Here, let's take a look at that goal again. Here's LaRouche. Watch the pass, and here's what I mean by Osborne, a short one. Watch, see off his foot. Now, Eddie Mio is not straddling that top of that thing. The shot by Osborne is a great half snap, half slap shot. And his middle part of his body should have been right on that middle part of that point of that square.
It came out, but didn't have the right angle on it.
That's right.
Puck loose in the corner. Dwight Foster, number 20, went after it. Now it's worked out of the corner, out to the point to John Barrett. He shoots high off the glass. Karam side of the net. Penalty call on the Rangers as Beck dumped Kelly Kissio. And Beck will go with 17:47 to go in the second period. Rangers have picked up a goal by Mark Osborne and now lead the Red Wings 3-1.
Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. I fly a lot of miles on TWA and I can earn free tickets. But now TWA also counts miles I fly on Eastern and Qantas. My miles add up faster, so I can earn free tickets sooner. Free tickets to almost anywhere on Earth. Imagine TWA doing that. What in the world will they think of next?
You're gonna like us, like TWA.
Barry Beck gets 2 minutes for interference. Barry gets Beck. Boy. We had an assist, by the way, on Osborne's goal. LaRouche and Dave Maloney at the 1 minute mark.
And for Dave Maloney, that's 3 assists. Outstanding game. And that is the most assists, or it equals the most assists by a Ranger in a game this season. Dave Maloney has jumped into 4th place, or 5th place among the Rangers in scoring. Now has 17 points, 5 goals, 12 assists. Rangers down a man, but up 2 goals. And Dave Maloney has the puck. And doing nicely, killing some time.
When a guy does that, that's all you have to do. The opposing team, the offensive team, is each guy take a man.
It's Reid Larson, number 28. Across to John O'Grodnik. O'Grodnik having trouble with Kent Eric Anderson. It's taken away by Larson. Nice poke check by Mcclanahan. And Maloney clears. Good job by the Rangers, keeping the Red Wings on their half of the ice. 1:10 to go, and the penalty to Barry Beck. 3-1 Rangers. The score, the goal by Mark Osborne came at 1 minute of the second period. Nice feed to Ogrodnik down the right side. In against Laidlaw. Centers, and right there is Kent-Eric Anderson. Sends out McClanahan. LaDouceur is back for it. And Laidlaw takes it back, waits for McClanahan to get onside, gives it back to Huber to kill some time.
You know, Sam, to me, it doesn't look like the Red Wings have any intensity whatsoever.
Not sharp. As we mentioned at the top, Bruce Beck mentioned, the Red Wings got off to the slow start. No wins in their first 5, then won 6 in a row. Here's Rogers. Rogers, the backhander scores! It's a shorthanded goal for Mike Rogers, and the Rangers lead it 4-1.
For Mike Rogers, that's his 3rd shorthanded goal, and it's his 2nd shorthanded goal in the second night. He scored one last night, a shorthanded goal. This is another one. Eddie Mio is not sharp at all in this net. Rogers steals a puck from Brad Park. He comes in. Now look at Eddie Mio, how much he's over to the right. And between the legs, Bango.
Great move by Rogers again.
Hey, listen.
Mio might have been expecting pass out from Maloney. I don't know. What do you think?
He might have been expecting the pass out, anticipating, but again, he poked with his stick. There's no way that goal should have gone in if Eddie Mio's on his game. There's no way.
Rogers' 7th goal of the season, 2nd in 2 nights, and 2nd shorthanded goal in 2 nights, as Phil mentioned. That goal is unassisted at 3 minutes 40 seconds, and the Rangers certainly not lacking in intensity in this game.
No, sir.
Have a 4-1 lead. Here are the Red Wings coming out, and Rangers take it away. Don Maloney drops it back. Just had a report that Ted Nolan, the left wing for the Detroit Red Wings, was injured, torn ligaments.
Oh, boy.
He was hit or fallen on by Willie Huber, and Nolan is out. Here is Mano going in. His pass is knocked aside by Rogers. Penalty to Beck is over right now. Beck is back. And Rangers come out. Eriksson to Rogers. Rogers going in. Tied up by Boldarev. Eriksson behind the net. And the puck taken by Kelly Kissio. Into the corner, Bob Mano. Up for Boldarev. Now to Eddie Johnstone with Huber back. Johnstone with 6 goals on the season. Holds. Tries to beat Huber. Huber got to stick out to hold him up a little bit. Laidlaw beats Kissio to it and gives it to Huber. 15-15 to go, second period. Rangers a 4-1 lead. Huber drives one in, just wide of the net. Danny Gare takes it off the boards. Tied up by Pavlich, and comes Hedberg with a good check, but Gare comes away with the puck. Danny Gare is playing with a bruised chest.
Badly bruised chest.
Yes, he missed a couple of games. I think he collided in the Washington game with Bobby Carpenter. And he's just back. Here's Pavlich going into the corner. Mano after him. Mano takes it away. Pavlich works it free. Pavlich holding. Centers for Hedberg. He deflected it off the side of the net. Larson ties up Hedberg. In comes Pavlich. Chased by Gare. Out to Laidlaw. Wrist shot. Saved Mio. Rebound is cleared aside. Woods comes out for Detroit. Away from a check by Jan Eriksson. Paul Woods carries. Gives to Larson for the shot. Wide. What a drive by Larson offside on the play. 14:26 to go, second period. Rangers 4, Red Wings 1 from Madison Square Garden. This is New York Rangers hockey.
It's one of my bigger days.
Let me buy a beer. Sure. These fans, I love them. When I came in, they didn't recognize me at first, but then when I told them who I was, next thing you know, they're buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. They know us ex-big leaguers drink light because it's got a third less calories than their regular beer. It's less filling, and it tastes great. Thanks.
Hey, it's a pleasure to buy a beer for a great pitcher like Whitey Ford.
Hey, so I lied.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hey, Whitey, I thought you were a lefty.
Oh, that's right.
There are the numbers. 4-1 for the Rangers so far in this game. And I'll tell you, the shots on goal 17-12 in favor of the New York Rangers, who look awfully sharp.
Ruotsalainen drives one up ahead. It's on goal. Stopped by Eddie Mio. Fires it up the right side, and the Red Wings come out.
Well, I don't know how a team could look so different.
Saint-Laurent with a shot off the stick and into the crowd. What do you mean by that? Oh, the Rangers as far as last night and tonight?
I mean, I know I've played and I've been there.
There's Rayo.
You know, he's been on the ice for 14 of the Rangers' last 20 goals in the last 5 games, of course, before tonight.
Phil, a lot has to do with the way Washington played, no doubt. I I mean, the Caps played a real good hockey game, and they gave the Rangers all kinds of trouble.
I'm not arguing with it. That's all I know. Okay, 1 second. We'll get that in a minute.
Saint Laurent tied up, puts it into the corner. Back pass from Gare to the point. Larson puts it in deep. Takes a weird bounce off the door. And Rangers come out. Sundstrom with Colin Campbell back. Sundstrom looking for LaRouche. Gare broke it up. Back checking nicely. Colin Campbell got rid of it. Takes a hit. Beck dumps Barry Melrose. Saint Laurent comes away with a puck. Beck ties him up. Then Beck falls down. And the puck taken away by Sundstrom. And he's tripped and a penalty call. Rangers will have a man advantage. Delayed penalty. Melrose gets to the puck before Osborne. They're going to go a little. Osborne came in high. Melrose went back. Here we go. Barry Melrose, who wasn't a member of the Red Wings last season, so he can't say he's getting back at his former teammate. Melrose goes down.
He was signed by Detroit as a free agent from Toronto last July. And they're going to go a little penalties there, probably 2 minutes each. Osborne still has his gloves on.
Rangers will wind up with a man advantage, though, on the penalty that was called out in center when the tripping call was made. 13:34 to go. Second period. Rangers 4. Red Wings 1. Rangers on a power play when we come back.
Welcome to one of our phone factories where we make the phones we sell in fine stores all over. From touch calling phones to cordless models to phones with memory to anything else you can imagine. All designed, assembled, checked, and rechecked by both man and machine. And all made from thousands of parts from the ultra-simple to the ultra-sophisticated. Yet despite all this technology, every phone we sell is still made with one part that's almost 100 years old. Our name, GTE.
Okay, that's the referee. In case you don't know it, he's giving the penalties out right now.
You wouldn't recognize that face?
No. Anyway, what I was talking about, Sam, as you'll see the penalty tripping right here. There's the left leg on Sundstrom, but Sundstrom gets right back up, shoots the puck in. Then Osborne goes into the corner with Barry Melrose. Now watch Osborne come up high. Bam. And Melrose took exception to that. And then Danny Gare comes in when it pushes and gives Osborne a little shove. Now, I don't know whether Gare got thrown out of the game or not. I don't think so. No. Anyway, what I was going to say, you know, when we were talking, I agree, but as a player, I could never figure out myself as a player how in heck you could be so good one night and so bad the next night. But I do know this. No matter what business you're in, and hockey is a business at this level, what happens is some days you have good days and other days you have bad days, and that's all it is.
Well, the Rangers will not have a power play because Osborne gets an elbowing penalty to offset the tripping penalty to Saint Laurent. Melrose and Osborne get 5 minutes each for fighting, but the elbowing call on Osborne negates the Rangers' power play. It's 4-on-4. Rangers have scored a 4-on-4 goal by Robbie Mcclanahan. Rangers with a 4-1 lead. Steve Yzerman sends it across. Larson pokes it away from Rogers. Greshner is there. Rangers leading 4-1 with 13:15 to go, second period. Greshner, nice feed. Don Maloney's shot is high off the glass. Sent in deep by Ruotsalainen. Maloney tied up by John Barrett. Leaves it there for Rogers. Rogers' centering pass is taken away and cleared out by Larson. Greshner back for it. Maloney sends it back. And Greshner comes up. Don Maloney in center. Now it's Ruotsalainen going in. He's bumped by John Barrett. Larson comes in to play it. Around to Duguay. Checked by Don Maloney. Duguay goes down. Penalty call. Don Maloney is called for holding. And now the Red Wings will have a man advantage. 12:40 to go, and it'll be a 4-on-3 advantage for the Red Wings. A lot of open ice here.
Bob Hall is calling everything.
Yes, he is.
Right now, watch Don Maloney. He grabs Ronnie Duguay. Now, Duguay falls on his own, actually. Right now, he's falling on his own.
Oh, I don't know.
He stepped on the stick. Yeah, and Donnie grabbing him. Sure, he's grabbing him. But he stepped on Donnie Maloney's stick and went down. And now, let's see, there's 1 minute and 7 seconds left on St. Laurent's penalty.
Right. And 1:07 to go in the Osborne minor penalty. And Don Maloney is off for 2 minutes. So for 50, let's see, for minute 7, it'll be a 4-on-3 advantage. And then it'll be 5-on-4. Red Wings have not looked good on the power play. They've not had a good power play this season. This is their 5th of the game. John Ogrodnik, who scored 41 goals last season, has had 104 over the last 3 seasons. Ogrodnik pokes it in. Out comes Steve Weeks. And around the boards it goes. But Yzerman is there. In deep for Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik holds with Laidlaw whacking at him. Out to Larson. Larson shot. Blocked by Laidlaw. Ogrodnik with some room. Ogrodnik holds and looks. Back pass. Larson's shot is blocked by Robbie Mcclanahan. Larson shoots wide. Weeks pokes it to the side. Park is there. Out for Larson. Larson's wrist shot went wide. He was looking for a deflection by Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik gets it back to Larson. Larson holds. Into Ogrodnik. Back to Larson. His shot blocked by Laidlaw. Boy, that takes guts. Laidlaw blocking a couple. Ogrodnik walks in and scores. John Ogrodnik, with some room, went in, fired the wrist shot, and it's a power play goal. It's 4-2 Rangers.
That goal was set up beautifully in front of the net by Yzerman. As you can see, the pass, not Larson, but watch in front of the net, Beck and Yzerman. The left, they screen Steve Weeks completely. Yzerman refuses to move, jumps out of the way. Steve Weeks can't see the puck.
Never saw it.
And Ogrodnik puts in. Watch on top of your screen now, Yzerman and Beck as Ogrodnik walks in. Watch him jump. And as he jumped, that puck went underneath, screened Steve Weeks and in the net.
Back to 4 aside now for another 6 seconds.
It was a power play goal.
Reid Larson will get 1 assist, and maybe Brad Park. We'll wait for the official.
For Ogrodnik, his 8th goal of the season. 4-2 Rangers leading it. Hedberg sends it back. HOFer hit by Duguay. Throws it back the other way. Teams are back at full strength now. Red Wings putting on some pressure. Boldarev chasing Pavlich. HOFer hit by Saint Laurent. Taken away by Boldarev. Boldarev feeds cross ice. Ladouceur's pass went through. Intended for Saint Laurent. Out to Boldarev. Back to Ladouceur. Ladouceur shoots. It's blocked in front. Comes to Duguay. Duguay the wraparound is knocked aside. Dave Maloney all over Duguay. Duguay tries to hit Saint Laurent. Instead, HOFer hits Saint Laurent. And the Rangers come out. Hedberg with Pavlich. Poke checked away by Boldarev. Red Wings come back. Boldarev to Andre Saint Laurent. Cross ice for Duguay. Saved by Weeks. Rebound is hit at the side of the net. And the Rangers cover it. Big chance for Duguay. Nice pass by Brad Park. And Weeks coming up big.
Duguay, Weeks makes a good save. Actually, it was Saint Laurent that passed it. Sam, here he is. Saint Laurent gives a good pass to Duguay. And a good stop by Steve Weeks. That's Weeks' best save of the night.
10:38 to go in the second period. Rangers holding on to a 4-2 lead. Understand tomorrow night we're going to have some interesting bartenders over at Stick's Restaurant. Is that true?
All right. Myself and Ronnie Duguay will be bartending from 5 to 7, and we'll have a camera crew up there and everything else from MSG. We're going to have some video crew.
I'll be there.
Okay. We'll be looking forward
I
to
wouldn't miss that for the world. Espo, I'll have one over here, please. Or should I say Mr. Esposito?
Espo's fine.
Big collision by Osborne and Barrett. Rangers having trouble getting the puck out right here. Good checking by Gare on Beck. And Rangers finally work it free. Poke check away from Don Maloney into the Red Wings bench. 10:21 to go in the second period.
And right now, you know, the Rangers have, the Red Wings have sort of taken the play away with that power play goal that they scored by Ogrodnik, and they've sort of, in the last minute and a half or 2 minutes, they've kept the puck in the Rangers zone.
Battle in center ice. Dwight Foster comes across with a feed to Gare. Gare in deep, sends cross ice, stick to side by Weeks nicely. Johnstone was side of the crease looking for a deflection. Here's Rogers, 3-on-2, breaking wide. Blaisdell heads for the net, just missed it with a pass. Loose puck side of the net. Mio hits it up on the net. It's poked free. Battle behind the net. Blaisdell and Rogers are there, double teaming Barrett. Now it's Dwight Foster for Detroit. Foster, former Boston Bruin, former New Jersey Devil, sends it in. Gare puts it on goal, sticked aside by Weeks. Rangers, Don Maloney is checked. Barrett takes the puck away. Barrett, back pass, right past Gare. Out to Larson for a drive. Save is made by Weeks. Rebound, Weeks covers it.
Good stop by Steve Weeks.
9:35 to go, second period. Rangers 4, Red Wings 2. You're watching Rangers hockey on Madison Square Garden Cablevision.
Keep up to date on all the high school action in the metropolitan area each week on the Daily News High School Sports Show. Hi, I'm Bruce Beck. Join Bill Travers and me on Madison Square Garden Cablevision every Monday night at 7 p.m. with repeat telecast Wednesday and Friday evenings, also at 7 p.m. Highlights, rankings, features, and much more on the Daily News High School Sports Show.
So look at the time and all that. I'll give you a little note. Mike Rogers, who scored that short-handed goal, was his 200th NHL point as a Ranger.
Laidlaw, checked by Mano. And here is Grushner up the right side off the skate of LaRouche, taken away by Woods, sent in deep by Mano. Weeks checked by Woods, loose puck. Woods all over the place here. Grushner tied up by Mano. Woods has the puck. Back pass for LaDouceur, shot saved by Weeks. Mcclanahan plays the rebound out for Sundstrom. Park broke it up, and Park comes back with Mano on the right. Feed for Mano. Mano plays it in the corner. Mcclanahan ties him up. LaRouche away with the puck. LaRouche with a goal and an assist in this game comes up. Rangers leading scorer, 15 goals, 11 assists. The shot goes wide. Kept in deep by Sundstrom. Poked away from Mcclanahan by LaDouceur. And Park sends Duguay out. Sundstrom whacking at him and knocks it away. Dave Maloney carries. Avoids Duguay. Maloney's drive. Saved by Mio. Rebound Huber. Huber holds in deep past Sundstrom to LaRouche in the corner. LaRouche centered for Erickson, taken away by Yzerman. Yzerman's pass for Ogrodnik. He goes in against Huber. Ogrodnik ridden into the boards nicely. Good check by Huber. Sundstrom has the puck for the Rangers. Deflected by Yzerman into the bench with 8:09 to go in this second period. And the Rangers leading 4-2. Look at Nick Milano behind the bench. Let's take a look at the scoreboard again. The Bruins have opened up a 4-1 lead over the Washington Capitals. Trying to slow the Caps down. They've won 8 out of 10. Edmonton picking right up on Chicago. Blackhawks having all kinds of problems. Lost 6-1 to Hartford last night.
They have 8 regulars out. But if you have anything in your minor system or something, it shouldn't happen.
Red Wings fired in all the way around the boards, kept in by Ogrodnik, stopped by Weeks for Beck. Up the far side, Erickson, checked by Yzerman. His pass blocked by Yzerman. Here's Pavlich. Out for center, and it's taken back by John Barrett. Go back and forth in center a little bit, and the rookie Yzerman has the puck. Ron Duguay lifts it up and off the glass. Over into the photographer's box, stopping play with 7:41 to go. The Rangers captain,
Barry Beck.
Scored another one last night.
That's right. He has 4 lifetime goals against Detroit. I know I was telling him last night, we were going back in the car after we had landed. We were going back, and he said, I said, you know, you have 34 power play goals, or 31 power play goals in your career out of 84 out of 85. He says, really? I said, yeah.
No, that.
But you don't play the power play here. He said.
Beck, who has certainly become one of the top defensive defensemen in the National Hockey League. Ron Maloney fell down. Johnstone comes back with a puck for Detroit. Red Wings have picked up the play after a slow start in the second period. Gare centers off the side of the net. Ruotsalainen tries to clear, can't do it. Kept in by the Red Wings. Here's Ruotsalainen chased by Boldarev around the boards. It's on the ledge. Ron Maloney just grabs it for a face-off. 7:07 to go in the second period. Ranger goal scorers LaRouche, Mcclanahan, Osborne, and Rogers for Detroit. Woods and Ogrodnik. There's a former teammate of yours.
Sir, Ivan Boldarev was Boston's 3rd choice in 1969. And I'll tell you, you know what? I don't want to say I'm getting old, but I taught this guy at hockey school.
He's been around a long time.
Well, he was born in Yugoslavia, but he grew up in Sault Ste. Marie.
Again, Sault Ste. Marie. How come we hear that town more and more?
A lot of good hockey players from that town.
Greshner comes out, drops the puck off for Blaisdell.
Haven't got much else to do.
Blaisdell coming in. Poke checked away by Barrett. Blaisdell still after it. Tied up by Barrett. Puck back to Greshner. Wrist shot. Score! A deflection in front. Greshner taking the shot. It was deflected off someone in front, but in any event, it's a 5-2 Rangers lead.
Donnie Maloney's going to get credit for this goal. He deflected in front of Eddie Mio again. Mio's down on his knees. Here's the shot by Greshner. Watch the puck now. And now the deflection right there.
Yes, sir.
And again, Eddie Mio's down on his knees.
Number 8 for Donnie Maloney.
Let's take another look at it. Okay, here's Greshner with the puck. He slides it along the ice, and Donnie Maloney just redirects it. And you see Eddie Mio sliding on his knees. I don't think last year when I watched him play for the Rangers and all that, I don't think I've seen Eddie go down as much as I've seen him tonight on goals. I don't know whether it's his nervousness or what, but he is not having a good game.
We've seen a lot of Eddie, and when he's off, he does tend to do that.
That's right.
Go down very quickly. Donnie Maloney has gone over 300 points in his National Hockey League career with that goal. Here's Mcclanahan in deep, chased by Brad Park. Park takes him out. Dwight Foster has the puck for Detroit. Rangers a 5-2 lead. 3 goals here in the second period. Nice check by Sundstrom. Over, in front, Rogers, save made. Excuse me, that was Mcclanahan. Ladouceur chases the puck. Mcclanahan after him. Mcclanahan with a goal in this game and a couple of other chances. Pass from LaRouche just past Mcclanahan out to center. Sundstrom tied up in center. Dwight Foster has the puck. One scored 24 goals for the Bruins. Former #1 draft pick of the Bruins. Foster some good checking on Sundstrom. They battle in the corner. Puck is still free. Worked free by Kissio in front, but taken away by Dave Maloney. And Maloney gets it around to Willie Huber. Rangers come up. Robbie Mcclanahan. Bumped by Park. Poke checked away by Woods. Dave Maloney back for the puck for the Rangers.
That goal, Don Maloney is 8th from Greshner and Blaisdell at 13-14.
Here's LaRouche. Weaves his way in beautifully, then it has a poke checked away by Park. And we get a whistle stopping play.
There's a penalty.
And a penalty is coming up here. That's something going on the far side. Robbie Mcclanahan and Kelly Kissio were involved, and referee Bob Hall has called the penalty with 5:20 to go second period, and the Rangers leading it 5-2.
Bring out your best.
I wasn't drafted till the 7th round. They don't even know my name.
The best.
Schroeder, huh?
It has a taste all its own. Enjoy it.
Okay, the time, 5:20 left in this, the second period, 5-2 New York Rangers. Mcclanahan and Kissio get penalties, and we don't know what they're for yet because we haven't heard the announcement. They haven't made the announcement.
There we go. Public address
Number
announcer
16 of
Carl
the Red Wings, Kelly Kissio, receives 2 minutes for interference. Number 9 of New York, Rob Mcclanahan, receives 2 minutes for roughing.
Okay, that's
Time
it.
of both penalties, 14
Kissio for interference, Mcclanahan for roughing, skating 4 aside. Duguay shoots, and Weeks saves. And Ruotsalainen sends it back to Greshner. Just under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Hedberg breaking down the right side is dumped by John Barrett. Puck lays there. Duguay comes away with it. Larson sends it in. Ruotsalainen plays it for the Rangers. And Rangers come up. Pavlich lost it. Ogrodnik just overskated. Pavlich gets it back. Off the boards. Hedberg racing with Barrett. They go at it, wrap each other up. Down they go. And Mio just throws it toward the Ranger bench. And now Bob Hall blows the whistle. And for a face-off, the puck hitting the Ranger bench. Ranger players who are standing up at the side of the bench.
John Barrett, he tackled Anders Hedberg absolutely tackled him. Got away with it. Okay, watch Barrett now. He gets his right arm in there. There it is. Grabs Hedberg. Now Hedberg grabs him back, and then Barrett just yanks him down. John Barrett, 10th choice in 1978, 10th round.
He's been here a couple of years. Played his most games last season, 79.
Had a brother, remember?
Fred Barrett?
That's right. Good defenseman in Minnesota. And I think they miss him this year. He retired.
Saint Laurent gets it up for Paul Woods. Larson coming in, offside the call. Woods was straddling the line, lifted the skate up. 4:12 to go, second period. Teams are skating 4 aside with Mcclanahan and Kissio off for another 52 seconds.
As a player, I used to hate when a guy goes offside like that. There was no reason for Paul Woods to go outside.
Mr. Vadnais has to be the best dressed assistant coach anywhere.
Because he's the richest.
Barrett tied up along the boards. Saint Laurent sends it across to Larson. And Rogers has the puck. Willie Huber. Rogers coming in. Rogers almost beat Mio. Loose puck cleared aside. Saint Laurent has it. Holds and winds it around. What a move by Rogers. Just seemed to lose control at the last second, and Mio went down early again.
Way early.
Rogers takes it away. Rogers having a good game tonight. Don Maloney tied up by Reid Larson. Woods trying to dig the puck free. Maloney won't let him do it. 3:29 to go as play stops for a face-off.
Johnny Maloney.
Rangers leading it 5-2.
He had 9 points in his last 8 games before tonight. Look at him. He's upset himself again. Okay, Mike Rogers just steals the puck from Fred Barrett and Johnny Maloney. Then Rogers, with his speed, goes right around Larson. See Mio? Again, he's poke checking with that stick. That's something I never saw him do before. Who's the goaltending coach in Detroit? Dave Dryden, isn't he?
Yes.
Sure.
Here's Ruotsalainen carrying. Right wing for Osborne. He has a goal tonight. Nice feed for LaRouche and a glove save by Mio. What a shot by LaRouche. He got rid of that in a hurry.
That's Eddie's second best save. The other one was on Ruotsalainen also with the glove.
Glove save,
So
right.
obviously Eddie Mio's good with his glove tonight. So if I were these guys, I'd be shooting on the stick side all night. Watch the drop pass by Osborne. LaRouche just blasts it, and Eddie Mio comes up with the glove.
Little juggling. He holds on for the face-off. 3:16 to go in the second period. Rangers leading 5-2. LaRouche on with Osborne and Sundstrom. This line working very well together. LaRouche has a goal, a power play goal. Osborne has one on an assist from LaRouche. And Sundstrom has had a chance. False start on the face-off. There is Rangers' leading scorer, Pierre LaRouche. 15 goals, 11 assists.
That one was won by the linesman.
Got in the way. Shot by Ruotsalainen, saved by Mio, and it just went wide. Park is checked by LaRouche. LaRouche throws it out in front, tried it for a deflection. Looked for a carom, much like Woods before. But out come the Red Wings. Gare with a feed to Foster. In for Mano. And Ruotsalainen was there to get in front of Mano. Out to the point. Shot by Ladouceur is a save. Rebound Foster. Center. Shot saved by Weeks off the shot by Mano. Sundstrom down the left side. Sundstrom goes through. Sundstrom scores! Rangers.
Peter Sundstrom scores the goal, and Brad Park was beaten awfully badly here. And you can tell that Brad has those bad knees, and then Eddie Mio went down again right away. Now watch Sundstrom come down. And there's no way that Brad Park should have let this guy beat him. Brad Park's a veteran. He went right around him, and there's Mio down on his knees again. And the puck just beat him. Just went slowly. He just got a deflection of it. a little piece of it, but Brad Park looked awfully slow on moving in that.
We've been talking Yzerman with 10 goals. Sundstrom's got 9. That's not a bad season for the rookie from Sweden. In deep, icing called against the Rangers. 2:24 to go. Second period. Rangers 6, Red Wings 2. Back with more Rangers hockey in a moment.
After a day of sports at the office, of being blindsided, elbowed under the boards, checked, hit after the bell, you'll need the take me away from it all of real sports on ESPN, the total sports network. Big-time sports like NBA and college basketball, professional boxing, auto racing from around the world like kart, NASCAR, and Formula One. ESPN, the total sports network, where the cheering never stops.
Sundstrom scores the goal, and he beat Brad Park. And Peter Sundstrom, watch this now. Brad Park has had 5 major knee operations, and he's had 4 arthroscopic procedures during a career, and he cannot turn very well because of it. And he just beat him, but Eddie Mio should have made the save.
That's a great cut by Sundstrom. Real quick cut. 2:24 to go in the second period. Rangers have come up with 4 goals and lead the Red Wings 6-2. Rangers led 2-1 end of the first. Pavlich along the near boards. Goes back the other way. Out for Eriksson, kept in by Boldarev. Laidlaw tied up. Johnstone is there behind the net. So's Boldarev. Dug free by Pavlich. Now the Rangers come out. Just past Greshner. And broken up by Colin Campbell. Johnstone with a back pass. That line of LaRouche, Sundstrom, and Osborne, each with a goal. It's been a good night for them. This is Eddie Johnstone near side. Greshner takes it away, fires it out. Barry Melrose is there. Melrose had played with Winnipeg and Toronto. Red Wings recover the puck. Campbell. Greshner has it with 1.5 minutes to go in the second period. Rangers a 6-2 lead. Jan Eriksson carries. Pavlich heads for the net. The pass was deflected, and Campbell has it. Anderson misses the check, but it's given away to Dave Maloney. The shot is saved. A deflection by Eriksson in front. Anderson for Eriksson. The backhander is wide. Duguay will need a rest. Duguay comes out. Mio will need a rest between periods. He's had a tough one. Duguay pulled down by Huber. Penalty called. And Duguay goes right back and wraps Huber. They drop the gloves. Dave Maloney steps in between to try to make peace. But Duguay took exception to the check by Huber.
Huber's getting a penalty at the beginning. He banged Duguay right into the boards in his head. And Duguay took exception to it and give him a shot behind the head. And Willie Huber goes off too. Now watch Huber. Here's where he's getting a penalty. Okay, he grabs Duguay. Now watch him whack him right against the boards. And that's when Duguay took
came
exception.
Right back
that's
and
right.
hit him right in the back of the head.
So probably what will happen will Huber will get 2 minutes and Duguay will get 2 minutes, or Huber will get 4 minutes. I think it'll be 2-2.
And you see Dave Maloney come over and he said, "Good job, Willie." So obviously things may have evened out a little bit as
That's
Duguay got back.
I think it'll be 2 minutes each. In fact, Duguay's getting 4 minutes.
Detroit. Ron Duguay receives 2 minutes for holding and 2 minutes for roughing.
Ron Duguay receives 2 minutes for holding.
The Rangers, Willie Huber receives 2 minutes for holding. Time of all penalties, 19 minutes.
Wow, they gave Duguay 2 for holding and 2 for roughing.
I don't understand.
And they gave Huber 2 for holding.
Yeah, they got it mixed up. I'm sure they got it mixed up.
Well, now it's being questioned. Bob Hall comes back over to the scorers table to check things out. Nick Polano not too happy.
I don't know how Duguay got 2 minutes for holding. Maybe. I don't know.
I didn't see a holding on Duguay. Nick Polano, 42 years old, in his second season as head coach, and he's also the assistant general manager of the Detroit Red Wings. Never played in the NHL, had a long career in the American Hockey League. There's referee Bob Hall coming back.
It's 2 minutes each. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Huber gets 2 for holding, and Duguay gets 2 for roughing.
To number 10 of Detroit, Ron Duguay. minutes for roughing.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Huber gets 2 for holding. Duguay gets 2 for roughing, so it evens out. Teams are skating 4 aside. Of course, that was why Dave Maloney said, good job, Willie, as he got Duguay to draw the roughing penalty.
Exactly.
We have 45 seconds to go in the second period. Rangers with a 6-2 lead. 2-line pass whistled against the Rangers. And we'll bring the face-off back. Dave Maloney with 3 assists in the game tonight. Good game for Dave Maloney.
Yeah, he's playing very well. 4 points in 3 games against Detroit last season, which is pretty good.
Dave, in the last couple of years, has really got his game together, has cut down on those bad penalties that he was taking, and has become a better all-around player. So look at Mike Rogers, scored a shorthanded goal in this game. Still some confusion. Bob Hall, the referee, is now sending Huber and Duguay into the locker rooms.
I don't understand why.
Well,
so what? There's 41 seconds left. They could sit in a penalty box like everybody else has to. Oh, well.
I don't know that there was any problem caused. There goes Willie. Well, Huber is certainly letting his ex-teammates know he's around. He's been hitting people, stirring some trouble up. Out to center. Yzerman is there. Larson falls down. Park back for the puck, tied up by Don Maloney. Larson with 25 seconds to go. Don Maloney has it. And he has one of the Ranger goals tonight. 6 different goal scorers for the Rangers. Larson coming in, cross ice, offside. Yzerman offside on the near wing. 12 seconds to go. Look at Reid Larson in his 7th year in the National Hockey League.
Reid in Detroit last year was named Sportsman of the Year in hockey last season in the Detroit area, and March of Dimes. He's active, very active in charity work and retarded citizens in the Detroit area.
American-born hockey player from Minneapolis. He's been a great goal scorer and the best offensive defenseman around. 4 consecutive 20-goal seasons. That'll do it for period number 2, and a good period for the Rangers, who led 2-1 end of the first, come out and score 4 goals in the second period, and the Rangers at the end of 2 have a commanding 6-2 lead as they walk off the ice. Certainly a much better performance than they put in last night. Donnie Maloney continues to shake his head, but he got one of the goals, and thus far the Rangers putting on a good effort against the Detroit Red Wings in front of a packed house here at Madison Square Garden. Bruce Beck and John Davidson will be along in just a moment. Rangers lead it. You're watching Rangers hockey on Madison Square Garden Cablevision.
Crowd. That was a tough one.
And a good catch by that young fan. Good crowd here at the Garden tonight. There'll be a good one here Wednesday night when Washington comes in. Red Wings come out. The rookie Yzerman sends Duguay in. He's pulled down from behind. Loose puck in front. Weeks lost sight. Score. Yzerman, the rookie, picks up his 11th goal of the season. Alert play by the rookie, Steve Yzerman, but Duguay with a great rush down ice off a good pass by Yzerman.
Ronnie Duguay breaks up the middle, and it's a good pass by Yzerman. He breaks right by Barry Beck. Here it comes. Now Beck is playing him. He sees Duguay. He and I think it's Pavlich. Yes, it is. Try to get him. And now watch the rebound come. Right out, and here's Yzerman following up the play properly and puts it in the open net. It's 6-3. Uh-oh.
Hedberg on a breakaway. Knockdown penalty called. Delayed penalty against the Red Wings. Colin Campbell is going to go for tripping.
19, Steve Yzerman.
With 11:34 to go in this third period, Rangers will be on a power play. When we return, it's Rangers 6, Red Wings 3.
5, third period, 6-3 Rangers.
Ivan Boldarev on the face-off. For Detroit, Rangers win it. Dave Maloney sends it up. Hedberg clears the zone to Jan Eriksson. Melrose ties him up. Melrose goes down. Picked up by Dave Maloney. Maloney cross ice for Pavlich. It's off his stick. Pavlich gets tied up with Randy Ladouceur. And the puck comes to Boldarev. Kissio couldn't control it. Johnstone able to get it out of the zone. LaDouceur's pass taken away by Pavlich with 2:15 to go in this third period. Rangers with a 6-3 lead. Looking for their 12th win of the season. They're offside. Hedberg a stride ahead of the play.
Dave Maloney having an outstanding game tonight. He's a little angry at himself because he saw Anders Hedberg and he wanted to just make the good flip pass to him, but wasn't able to. Andre St. Laurent. I mean, if I told you his life story, traded to Detroit by the Islanders, then traded to Los Angeles by Detroit, then gone clean to Pittsburgh, then back to the, oh boy.
St. Laurent goes in, wrist shot, stick to side by Weeks. Shot from the point by LaDouceur is wide. Up to Reid Larson for a shot that's wide. Back the other way, LaDouceur goes in deep. LaDouceur centers back, deflected. Shot by Larson, wide. Rather by Melrose from the right point. This is Paul Woods, tied up by Blaisdell. And Blaisdell doing a good job. And it's cleared out by Ruotsalainen. All the way down. We get an icing call as Melrose comes back to make the touch with 1:34 to go in this third period. Andre St. Laurent could be the good luck charm, though, Phil. The last time the Red Wings made the playoffs, he was on the team that scored 31 goals.
You know, it's funny. Jimmy Galvolano, who's the general manager of the Detroit Red Wings, says he had a relationship with St. Laurent since it goes back to the Islanders. He said, "I've always liked him." And I quote, "We made a bad deal, one of the few bad deals the Islanders have ever made when we traded him to Detroit."
30 years old, Andre St. Laurent. 1:34 to go, third period. Red Wings in danger of losing their 5th in a row after they had come back strong and gotten over the 500 mark.
And they're still only 2 points out of first.
Yeah.
Imagine that division.
In comes Gare. Dave Maloney has him around to St. Laurent. Huber checks him into the boards. Huber's had a good game.
Yes, he has.
Dave Maloney to Don. Rink wide LaRouche, and the pass is off the stick of Blaisdell. Osborne. And a whistle stops play with 1:07 to go in this third period. 6-3, Rangers leading it. Washington here on Wednesday night. Big Patrick Division matchup. Mark Osborne has had an aggressive game, scored a goal against his former teammates, involved in a couple of scraps.
He's played extremely well. I think he's a little upset because he wasn't on the ice long enough. I like that in a player. I don't like players that are happy to get off.
Duguay wins the draw. You know, the former Rangers have had fairly quiet nights.
This is the last one of the players.
Less than a minute to go in the third period. Beck's pass blocked by Duguay. And blocked by Ogrodnik. Out to the point, Campbell. Campbell's wrist shot blocked by Beck. Fatorik trying to clear it out. It's taken away. Yzerman's pass for Duguay was blocked by Anderson and dumped out to center.
That was a good play by Anderson right there. Smart play.
Campbell sends it back in with 35 seconds to go. Steve Weeks getting close to his 7th win of the season. Campbell has it knocked away by Anderson. Beck has it with 25 seconds to go. Mcclanahan's return has been a successful one, scoring a goal his first game back from Tulsa. Thrown in front, Weeks stops it, gets it up to Fatorik. And that will just about do it. We're under 10 as Fatorik goes in. Fatorik backhands in front, deflection by Mcclanahan is saved by Mio as the game comes to an end. One more good chance for Rob Mcclanahan. A disappointed Eddie Mio skates off after his return to New York. The Rangers beating him for 6 goals, but a happy New York Rangers team surrounds Steve Weeks, who wins his 7th game of the season. The Rangers with 6 different goal scorers beating the Red Wings 6-3. Ron Duguay did have an assist on the Red Wings' 3rd goal, but a good effort for the New York Rangers, bouncing back from that big loss in Washington last night, and they come up strong and pick up a big 2 points.
Much better effort tonight than it was last night.
Okay, stay with us for more from Madison Square Garden. Once again, the final score, the New York Rangers 6, the Detroit Red Wings 3. This is Madison Square Garden Cablevision.